Now that we have had a chance to take a look at similes and metaphors, let's take a look at writing our own poetry using similes and metaphors. You should have this assignment. For this assignment, I would strongly recommend doing it on a computer so that you can access the thesaurus and have some help choosing very specific words. Turning color into poetry. We have briefly explored some of the key aspects of poetry, the way poems create music, for example, through alliteration and rhythms, and generate images through similes, metaphors, and personification from words. Today, we're going to write our own poetry. So before starting your poem, you need to do some brainstorming. So let's look at what the actual assignment entails. We'll look at a couple of examples of poems created by students, and then we'll look at doing some brainstorming together before you work on your own. The first thing you're going to need to do is choose a color. Your color could be general, but I would much prefer it to be specific. For example, don't choose simply pink, try fluorescent pink or lavender pink. Not just blue, but sky blue or royal blue. Be as specific as possible. It's going to make your task much easier. Once you've done that, you'll come back to fill out this chart. But first, let's look at some created pieces from students. Here's a poem written by a student that came from this exercise. It's titled Fluorescent Pink by Eli Bornowski. So sweet your body rejects it, it electrifies your mouth. A cool screaming burn, it scratches like a cheap polyester sweater. The pricks send lasers through your blood. Choking cotton candy death, it hates you and you love it. Its smell makes your nostrils bleed. Using every power of unreality, it sends radioactive sunbeams through your head. It strangles children and they squeal in delight. So you can see here, he's taking the color fluorescent pink and he's comparing it. He's saying it's sweet, your body rejects it. He's comparing it to a burn. He's comparing it to a cheap sweater. He's comparing it to lasers, to cotton candy. So you can see he has several comparisons. Let's take another look at one called Pink Lavender. Fresh, a new untouched day, the sense of being loved, floating softly on the ocean, peaceful and calm, a soothing breeze on a sizzling summer's day, the fragrance of a lit candle wafting across the room, complete relaxation, sinfully sweet, heavenly indulgent, harshly delightful, delicately honeyed, restful night, deeply slumbering, tranquility of the mind. So you can see these are two very different poems coming from the same assignment. Now let's take a look at how we would start this. The first thing we're going to think about is what color would we like to use, and we're going to write that in our chart up here. A good way to find a color is to simply go over to Google and search for it. So let's see, let's choose, both of the examples are for pink. Let's try one for green. So let's see, green. Green color name. I search that and I get a shades of green page. Gee, artichoke, asparagus, dark green, fern green, forest green, hooker's green. Let's take a look at laurel green. A medium light hue of greenish gray, similar to asparagus but lighter. All right, I'm going to Google laurel green. So here's the color. Let's go with it. So our color will be laurel green. So going back to my page here, laurel green. Now before I start trying to make comparisons, I'm simply going to brainstorm. What would this green sound like? I can think right away that it's going to feel mossy. So I'm going to add that right there. It's going to taste moldy. Right? It's going to smell earthy. What might it sound like? It might sound like soft padding. The more ideas you can come up with before you start writing, the easier time you'll have writing it. How would it move? Oh, let's see, haltingly. And what does it make you feel? I'm going to say it's calm. What time of day or night? I feel like this is a dusk color. And again, these are just ideas I'm just thinking about. A season for this, I would say it's late summer. I can't really think of what it would crave or fear or avoid losing. What would it love? It would love tranquility. Once you have some ideas, you're going to go ahead and actually write the comparisons. Write a poem that captures the mood and personality of your chosen color. Be bold with your images and metaphors. Use a thesaurus and or dictionary. So let's take a look. We'll just do one together. Let's take a look at this one. Mossy. So I'm trying to make a comparison or a metaphor for mossy. So I might think about things that are mossy. So let's see. Maybe something like the quiet living floor of the forest. Teeming with life. There, so I've taken my idea of mossy and I've changed it into a sentence. The quiet living floor of the forest, teeming with life. So here I'm comparing my color to the floor, to the forest floor. So that's the basics. Take your time with this assignment and really think about it. One more thing that I would like to show you, in case you're not aware of it, is how to possibly choose a better word. If I'm not happy with the word quiet, I can right click on it, go to synonyms, and it gives me some other options that mean similar. So the quiet, let's see, the quiet living floor. So let's see, what could I choose instead of quiet? The noiseless living floor. I like the way that sounds. So I'll choose to do that. Yes. So take your time with this. Go ahead, create your poem.